It is Mahala Monday. It is the 29th of November. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us. Morning, everybody. My name is Dougal. Welcome to my Mahala Monday. I'm here as normal. Rhoda's here, and there's a man here. So that is what we're doing. And of course, we've got a guest today. But before we even talk to the guest, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome, the guest. I'm quite fine, quite excited because, Luke is sitting next to us. I'm very excited.
Let's get straight into it. Let's not be rude. We're just trying to be normal here because we're trying to, you know what I mean, sort of keep in the emotion here because Stefan van Neel is here, everybody. Woo! Hey, my man. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
No, liquor. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for coming on. It is absolutely brilliant to have you. And we're going to tell you exactly what we're going to talk to about this man because he's been making all the headlines and all the right noises and, of course, and getting some great conversation going, which is exactly what it is about. And that is what the essence of Mahala Monday is about. Now, before we go anywhere, just to remind you, this is an interactive show. So right now we're live on YouTube and Facebook. And, of course, those details at the bottom of your screen. So please get in touch with us. And I'm sure you've got wonderful questions and wonderful comments because you know what? Even you just want to compliment it, you got to throw it this way. That is just what it is. So in a nutshell, let me just set this up, Rhoda. Let me just set this up. So we've got a professional sportsman with us today, and we're talking about people making a change. You know, paving it forward, plowing it back, whichever way you want to put it. But more importantly, make a difference in the community, in society, and especially fulfilling that need. But doing it while you do something that you love and you get the enjoyment, and as a byproduct, of course, you get to raise much needed funds. This is what this extraordinary person has done. And the challenges weren't easy. Let's just get the challenges out of it. The challenges weren't easy. So that is the backstory of Stefan. Tell us, man, listen, so we know you were a pro footballer, right? Was. It was like Rhoda would say soccer. Let's just be clear. Football, that's what we're talking about. Kaizer Chiefs, Liverpool.
The new generation look at it as football.
New generation looks at it as football. Okay.
There we go.
Right. So I say football, so okay.
Yeah. And I still say soccer.
I'm just saying. Not before long, I just go, you know what it is. That's even a later generation. So pro footballer you are. So you've always been involved with sports. You've always been a very active man.
Yes, I have been. So I started playing, I think, at the age of 5.
Wow.
And then coming through development ranks of Ajax and just pursuing it. I mean, I played hockey, I did athletics, I basically played all the sports that you could think of. But soccer was my main love.
And I got to ask, what positions did you play?
So initially I was an infield as a left wing, and then I transitioned to being a goalkeeper.
Wow.
Like, surprisingly.
Is it?
Wow.
Why do you say surprisingly?
Because I guess I'm very athletic, and I think when I was younger, I could score a lot of goals and stuff. But I think one day, when I think it was under 7, we lost, I think 5-0, and I just couldn't understand why. And
were you the goalie in that game? Oh, okay.
So I was trying to understand why, and then I tried. No, now you want to try and be the keeper to stop everything from going in. So that's how it sort of unfolded.
That makes a lot of sense. I like that.
I always thought of myself as a bit of a goalie keeper. I'm broad, you know what I mean? So I don't even have to dive. I just,
Nimble.
Nimble is. Thank you for the compliment. Let's keep nimble going there. So there you are, of course. And as a professional footballer, I mean, there's a lot of challenges. There's a lot happening, of course. And life was looking rosy, you know, at the time. But then all of a sudden, towards the end of 2019, the world heard of this little virus going around. The pandemic hit us early in the new year. And then all of a sudden, as of March, life really wasn't the same for the whole world.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, there you are, you're done now with the football and all of that, and you think to yourself, I need to do something, and I've got all these sporting skills.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it was fine in the beginning, because now you transition to, if you want being in lockdown, you're at home, you create your own gym to like still be active, but you can't necessarily leave the house or leave your property because of the restrictions you're in. So eventually you're working from home, you're doing everything in your house, you're gymming in your house, you're training, and it becomes monotonous. So eventually I sort of lost a little bit of motivation to like still keep doing something. And then I thought that I needed to sort of get out and try something new just in order to stimulate my brain again.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into the trail running.
Trail running, wow. And I mean, for me, Stefan, running, soccer running, I mean, that is two totally different things. I mean, I love running as well. And that takes a lot of stamina and takes a lot of effort, basically. So obviously, that's a total switch, am I correct? Like,
No,
what
that
you were
you're
doing.
100% correct. So I've also learned, I've only been trail running since July last year, a year now, I think a year and about 3 months. So I'm also learning still a lot
Wow.
about trail. So what I was sort of told when I started, it's endurance sport. So you don't go too hard, you need to learn to pace yourself. Whereas so with soccer, well, me specifically as a goalkeeper, it's more the quick exercises, strength, everything is like short. And also I don't really run much. I mean, what's 12-yard box, just up and back.
I was gonna
And
say.
I'm going like, so to understand that concept of it's endurance sport. So it's about building and just in the process building yourself up. So it was a big change.
And I mean, when we look at trail running, I mean, this is now you're running on a little foot bikey, right? This is like that cross country vibes. This is what we're talking about.
totally different,
So you got into it, and then like anything, you know what I mean? Because let's be honest, everything you've done, and if we had a lot of time, we will talk about all the things you've done, because you're really one of those guys where when the bug hits, it's 100% on everything. So the bug bits you, like, listen, you know, start running trails, and then all of a sudden you thought, well, I know one or two people, people know who I am, this sort of thing. Let's make a difference in society. Let me pay it forward. What made you do that?
So yeah. So basically, I've been wanting to make a difference. I mean, it's been a dream of mine to sort of give back since I was young. I mean, I came across a Facebook post I made in 2009, where I posted, there is a healer within you waiting to be awakened.
Wow.
And like, it's always been in me, but I didn't know how. And also me following my dreams with the soccer and also facing adversity and stuff. I didn't have a chance to focus or being able to do that because I'm still trying to focus on myself. I'm filling my own cup basically.
Yeah.
So it's hard to fill someone else's cup when you're trying to fill yours. And then once my passion grew for trail within that short space of time, I thought this is possibly something that I can use and put it together with my passion for my dream of wanting to make a difference. And once I started being on the trails, and like you said, I got bitten by the bug. You get caught in so much. I'd say you get caught in a different space mentally and emotionally because obviously you physically challenge yourself and you think about so much, and it's just like you're tired and you think, okay, there's people out there that's worse off than you. Yeah, you're feeling like this. So let me use this and sort of just see what I can do.
Wow.
So basically, and then obviously COVID hit, and then I lost 4 family members not long into COVID, I think within a month, to cancer.
Sure.
And then obviously it was tough, and then the following year, this year, March, I decided why not use that to celebrate them and also just to create awareness for cancer and also to get it out there for other people that sort of are struggling to get treatment and so on. So try and help them be able to also like help their loved ones.
And this is why you, and with that story, and that is why you identified the hospice, for instance, that you've helped here. You've identified them as like a beneficiary there.
Yeah. So basically that's where it started, like how to give back. And then slowly it just like built on from there, like one step at a time, or one peak at a time.
Wow.
So, you know what, I want to show something quickly that we want to look at. And also I want to talk about how you really got into that whole thing and how difficult trail running is. We definitely want to talk about that as well. We see a couple of people watching as well. Thank you very much. Good morning. Thank you. With us, of course, Stefan van Neel. And we're talking about all the things that motivated him to do trail running. And of course, he has definitely done some wonderful, wonderful things. So we got some slides as well, and we want to show that as well for you quickly, Stefan, and just take us through this. So on the slides that is as well. But do you have to train hard before you do it?
If you don't want to die up there, then I would assume yes.
Like me, how much training now? I'm fit, man.
You can hike. You don't have to run.
Why you run, I must walk? This is not how we do things here.
We help each other.
I must walk. So you decided on Iris House.
Iris
Yeah.
House.
All right. So tell us exactly, what did you know before about Iris House? How did you decide on Iris House?
So I didn't know anything about Iris at the time. So a family member, a close family friend, they have a grandson that is ADHD with severe learning disorder. So at the time I was planning another initiative to do, but then they sent me sort of the video of them they're reaching out for help basically.
Yeah.
Iris House reaching out for help because they were struggling with funding and COVID and all that.
Yeah.
So once I watched and I was like, I was taken, I would say it sold me immediately. And then I went through to Iris House, I had a chat with Stefan van Neel, which is the founder. And then I said, look, I can, this is what I do, this is what I can do, so let's see how we can also come together and like try and help you. And then that's basically how it came about.
So you went to go see her. Now, all of a sudden, what was her reaction? Because here comes somebody out of the blue saying, listen, I'm going to run over hills and mountains and all sorts of things. If I do 10 Ks, I'm going to get this. Because you did this all by yourself, and we'd like to donate the funds to you. What is her impression? Because all of a sudden, I'm thinking, this is Christmas. You know what I mean? Well, how did she take it?
No, I think she was overwhelmed by me sort of approaching, because obviously now they are out there looking for help. So now she was, like she said, anything that I need, anything that for what I'm doing, she will be there. Her team will come and help me with everything.
Just a quick one, sorry, Dougal. And me obviously being very emotional in that. How was it actually having to go there and see these kids? I love kids, and I get quite emotional, when I have to go into these situations. How was it for you? Obviously, at that point, you had to go to the house, obviously, and look at exactly what the needs was as well, and the challenges they had. Am I correct?
No, that you're 100% correct. So I think also that's what's like like you said, I am a very emotional person as well. So you see that kind of thing. When you come into Iris House, they have horses. It's a big area. They have gardens. They have like playroom and stuff. And then you just standing and looking like, wow. Like if this house needs to close, what's gonna happen to that child?
Oh.
That's what like goes through your mind. They offer the services for free to them and the family.
Wow,
as a family member or as a parent, but I think it's very challenging to sort of take on this day to day. So they're upskilling and so always interaction how to sort of raise and so on. So that's what sold me. I think what will happen to them if Iris House can't offer the care.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's many, there's big demand for a facility like Iris House, let's be honest. So what did you decide? So you're like, okay, I'm going to do something. At that stage, you still you said, look, I can run and then hopefully get people to sponsor me while I run and we donate to the fund. So how did you decide I'm going to run that far or how much time? How did you set up the challenge? How did you approach donors or people to say, okay, if I make a kilometer in an hour, you give me so much? Or how did you do that?
So basically, Iris House has been around this was actually the 10th anniversary. So I worked around the number 10. So sort of put it together for like 10 years. I was going to do 10 peaks for 10 years. And then once I mapped out the route that I was going to do, I didn't have a time yet. But when I looked, after mapping out the route, I looked at the distance and my eyes went big. It was 47 kilometers.
Oh,
it was
goodness.
2,900 meter vertical. So after doing some research into, because I'm still new to trail of distances and time, I asked my coach, okay, is 10 hours fine? Just to create that 10, and he said, why not? And then that's when it was done in the 10 hours, 10 peaks in 10 hours for 10 years.
Wow. That's quite a distance. I'm just thinking maybe we should have done it at 5 years. But well done. Listen, before we're going to carry on with that, but we've got a couple of questions and comments in here on Facebook and on YouTube. Firstly, I want to just pose you this one. Jabbar is watching. Jabbar, good morning. Thank you very much, mate. Morning to you. Jabbar's got a lot to say. He says he's really looking forward to this topic, and he goes on to say. He actually asked as well, what is the correct terminology? Football or soccer? Well, we've established that it is football. It is because it's it's a FIFA. There we go. It's in what it is. He goes on to say, do you think you'll be able to train a deaf person to become a football or soccer player one day? And if yes, how would you communicate? with that. He's asking, and let me extend on to the question. I mean, obviously you're still very involved in the football fraternity. You're still mingling in the circles, but it is something that Jabbar is hitting on. Like and so I suppose for any sport person, that's sometimes difficult if you have that. The deaf disability, it's difficult for instructions and stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to be. Is sport moving forward in that direction where they also cater to people with those needs?
So I think it is evolving in that sense where there are sort of organizations that out there, like specifically to sort of cater for, I would say now, for someone with low hearing disability or low hearing. And in answering that question, I think it can work. It's just about putting it together and understanding where you stand. I mean, there's so much you can there's so much you can do visually.
Yeah.
And then you actually sort of build it, understanding. Okay, when you see this is what you must do, and so on. It may be a challenge, but I mean, look, wherever there's a challenge, there's always a rainbow at the end as well. So
of course it is.
I like
You gotta love that optimism. You gotta love the optimism. So thank you for your question, Jabbar. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stefan. And as our producer always says, he's putting it succinctly. All right, I had to throw that in there. But we also got some questions and comments on YouTube. So lots of you there. Thank you very much for watching. Good morning, everybody. Always good. And of course, we got a couple in here.
On the screen, yeah.
Yes. So here's a couple here on the
There
screen, yeah. And Anthony Botha says, also see myself as a keeper. Ha ha ha. Do you know Anthony Botha? Anthony Botha might have my physique. Saying that. We got to stick together, baby. We got to stick together. Hazel, morning. She says, so proud of you, Stefan. Thank you to you and your team. Absolutely awesome. Nice to see you as well, Hazel. Thank you for joining us. So, and we've got more, and we'll flash them through the show. If there's comments and questions that you have for Stefan, definitely put it in for him, of course, because I'm going to try at the end of the show to get him to commit to something and run again. And more importantly, if you're corporate out there, you're raising funds. Yes, the man. He's going to. And Rhoda will join him. It's 2 for 1, people.
Word.
2 for 1.
Is that so?
you do the road, I'll do everything off the road.
That's it, yeah. I'll do the road. No, what about me? Rhoda.
No.
Rhoda's the one who said earlier she likes running. You never heard me say that.
I like running. Yeah, I do. Look here, about a few weeks ago, we actually had also one of our fundraising events as well. And look here, those guys ran as well. I was the person driving in the car, keeping their water.
Support, that's a big thing.
Support
Can you
is
see?
important.
Exactly.
Big thing.
So I'll be there for you. I'll be your support. I'll be the driver next to you with the water, handing out the water bottle.
Now quickly,
It was challenging.
the 10 peaks that you did, where were they?
So I started in Kalkbay, Kalkbay.
Yeah.
Soccer, football.
From that end, and then so I went over from Kalkbay to Kalkbay Peak, St. James, Steenberg, that's all within Silvermine.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And then I went over to Silvermine Gate, up into Constantiaberg Peak. Then Skorstenberg Peak, beautiful peak, very beautiful. From Skorstenberg up into Vlakkenberg, and then I think from Vlakkenberg, you say so many peaks, I'm also getting tired. From Vlakkenberg into Constantia, up Constantia Neck into Eagle's Nest, then Bel Umbre, and then from Bel Umbre up into Table Mountain, Macleesbeacon, which is the highest point of Table Mountain. And then the 10th peak was Blinkwater.
And that's where you finished?
So that was it. No. So that was the thing. So the 10th peak was about 3 to 2.5 kilometers from the finish. So once I tagged the 10th peak, I had to go down and back up onto Table Mountain, and then down Platteklip, and I ended off at the Premier's residence
At Leeuwenhof.
yeah, with Ellen Windy, yeah.
Wow.
And he was waiting for you there when you got there.
Yeah, so it was quite overwhelming. I had a warm welcoming by, I'd say, I think it's the Harley Davidson Pike Club. They made a guard of honor reveling and so on on that beautiful green lawn. And you were standing under the banner waiting. So it was, I think all my cramps, everything just disappeared, and my smile as well. So it was an amazing experience.
So now, in this whole, the objective, and firstly, kudos to you. It is just absolutely outstanding. But now, in all of this, of course, at the end of the day, when you were doing this, people were making contributions, financial contributions. So I got to ask you, what was raised?
So the goal was to raise 100,000 rand, and we've actually finished off with raising 110,000 rand.
Get out of here! Get out of here, Stefan!
Is that the photo there?
And there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
So that was the official check handover, yes.
And listen, and just for
Can I
what?
tell you something significant actually?
Tell me something.
So we did 10 peaks in 10 hours for 10 years in the 10th month, raising 110,000 rand. So
Here we
what's the
go.
significant
Wow.
number?
10,
Number
10,
10.
10, 10, 10.
Wow! There it is.
Google, that means you need to go play the lotto. 10.
So 10s it is, and then we got a 10-10 to Stefan Joyce. Now, and just to guide us through, the lady that was in that picture there, because I know the one was your father. And who are these? Are these the people from Iris House?
So those are that's the mom support group, 2 children with special needs.
Okay.
So Iris House offers support groups to moms that have children with special needs. So that I think that's held every Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
Absolutely
So
awesome.
being there also around them, I think it was overwhelming, but also very emotional, because I mean they also now expressing their gratitude for what I've done, and they even actually gave me actually a few gifts out of appreciation.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I mean that was
Stefan.
amazing.
110,000 rand. I mean, this is a significance around this. This is absolutely extraordinary. And I got to be honest with you. I mean, we keep our hands and fingers firmly on what is happening out there, and you know, we've got the pulse of information. There's no two ways about it. But we heard about your story, so it wasn't like, you know, it just snuck up on us. We were aware of it. But I mean, apart from your story, this is absolutely extraordinary. This is purely an outstanding motivation and inspiration for everybody out there. I mean, that you could do this. And I mean, but it hasn't stopped there. I mean, you keep doing it. I mean, that was one of the things you have done. You just ran yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I
and
know
you're
the
sitting
petrol
here.
price, but this guy.
I'm diesel though, by the way.
Oh, diesel.
Oh, diesel. Okay, so sorry. Wow.
You're
The fact
running
that
where
you're
there's
sitting
no
here.
roads anyway. It's called a trail. So what did you do yesterday?
So I did the annual UTCT,
Yeah.
21 kilometer trail race. Yes.
Okay.
So, but 21 it sounds far, but Saturday was the 100 kilometers, 65 kilometers, and 35 kilometers. So I did the baby race.
The baby race.
No. I'm just. Who are the? What kind of? Who runs 100Ks on a trail? Homeless people. I don't know. No, I mean, you know, you're never gonna get home, man. This is what it is. But we got a clip
Oh, yeah.
of you actually doing the thing yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
In HD. What do you say it's called? UTC.
Here we go. Woo, woo.
There you are.
What a vibe and what a gear
Well
Oh,
done.
yeah.
trail community.
But you look fresh. Did you run 21Ks or did you like just do 2Ks?
Not to the full 21. You
How-
can check my Strava.
What?
You can check
Yeah.
my Strava.
How do we crawling
we'll
over
cover
that
your
line?
distance, we'll log on and see. Yeah, Strava tells you what you've done, you know what I mean? It's like a tracker of sorts. Listen, and how many people were in that yesterday?
So my race there was 608 runners.
Okay.
And I placed 27th.
Oh, well done. And what is the time?
Wow.
What is the time?
So I finished in 2 hours 40. I was actually going for 2 hours 30, but I was happy with 2 hours.
well, that's
40.
brilliant. That's brilliant. That's
Wow.
absolutely outstanding.
Wow.
Now, I mean, when you do this, and I mean, Iris House, they will be for forever grateful. But I mean, let's talk about this quickly. I mean, it is the ripple effect of a positive impact. I mean,
Okay.
that's a significant. That is a considerable amount of money. That is, you should be super proud. That is something you can tell your grandkids about one day.
Oh, yeah.
And it is something for us as a community at large to really look at and go, wow. That is, and of course, a lot of people made the contributions, and well done to them as well. But your friends, your circle, I mean, you a younger generation, we're about the same age. The point is, all of your peers must be looking at. I mean, this is the mindset change that people are doing it. People are acting. They doing it, and they plowing back. They putting back in the community. This is the kind of conversation you're probably having with a lot of people randomly now.
Yeah, so I get the question a lot of what drives me or what keeps me going to want to. So basically, I think just what I've been through like especially my adversities that I've been thriving on now, I feel like when you do something with a purpose, it just hits differently.
Sure.
So yeah, so like when you're looking to do something or you're wanting to do something, like don't be shy, like step out of your comfort zone and sort of see how far you can actually push your boundary. I mean, you never know how far it can actually go.
Wow, you're making me more motivated.
You know
yeah.
what?
Sure.
It's,
I think-
hearing you say
yeah.
that actually has a
Oh.
whole different meaning,
Meaning,
considering what you've done.
Yeah.
Hearing you say that is nothing can hold you back. And
quick one,
outstanding.
Stefan. From this point on, just looking at the changes you've made from a professional soccer player to doing trail runs like you're doing right now and making a difference for others else. The way forward, what's up next for Stefan? What is your plans ahead?
So I'm looking to do something. So now it's obviously do something more significant or unique, I would say, and something bigger. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but I have an idea of what I would like to do. That makes sense. So as I keep running on more trails and doing my sort of festive, I think ideas will come, and that's, I don't know, like ideas just come as I'm going about things. Yeah. So, but I'm looking to.
And is it limited to running? I mean, you've done many other sports. I mean, you know what I mean? You've done many other sports. Have you ever thought of like, let me combine the running with, let's say, the football or cycling or something like that?
I think you're giving away my tricks here.
All right.
When I said I'm looking to go big, I was actually think like I'm looking to combine.
Oh, okay.
Combine.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah,
Great
I'm
minds
telling
think
you.
alike.
Well, that's all it is.
Definitely.
It's ahead.
But
It's ahead.
yeah.
Same age as you said. Eh?
So
Yeah.
and then Stefan, remember that we here. So if ever you come up with an idea, you know what? Let's put it up on the platform and let's get it out there as
Yeah.
well. You
Yo,
know?
I mean,
so let's
thank
do
you
it.
so much. I mean, also, and that's the thing, support. People think that you can't do anything alone. If people come together, and I don't know, I don't boast, but like it's proven that I didn't raise 110,000 alone. It was the donors, the people around me, friends, families, everyone. So I didn't do it. We all did it together.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, if we come together for a purpose, we can. Anything is possible.
Oh, most definitely.
So I would just like to say thank you, like for reaching out and also being able to sort of come and talk about it and also get the support. I mean, and that's the thing. It's togetherness.
No, it
Togetherness.
is. You know what? And it's absolutely brilliant talking to you. And we've got so
there's
many
a lot of
comments as well.
comments.
So let's just say hi there to everybody. We go on YouTube quickly. How's it going? We've got Anthony Bueta there as
Yeah,
well
the
that we
soccer,
said hi
yeah.
to earlier. And yes, you answered where you will be running. Also saying, do you have any events planned, which you have answered. And then also Wayne Hendricks, how's it going? It's an amazing achievement, Stefan. Well done on completing this challenge and raising all this money for such a good cause. It truly, truly is. Thank you for that. We got a couple of comments on Facebook as well. And there's a couple of people there. Just want to say hi to all of you. So thank you very much. But Stefan, I got to ask you quickly, the whole thing of the plans that you have. If somebody want to get in touch with you and they want to say, listen, Stefan is going to run for us, how would they get in touch with you?
So I am on Instagram where they can
Just kidding.
find me on Instagram. It's under Stefan van Neel. I'm on Facebook also under Stefan van Neel. And also they can also email me at stefanvaneel@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think going forward, like I said, it is sort of difficult, sort of like doing it alone. So I mean, if there are any sponsors or people that want to get involved, or it would be appreciated.
Oopsie.
Brilliant. But I mean, that was a significant amount of money that you've raised, which is absolutely outstanding. And you know what I like about this Rhoda as well? I mean, this is somebody who's doing what he loves, but he's just making the circle bigger, as we say.
Oh yeah, and I must say there's a lot of comments and things happening, with everybody there. So thank you guys for all this, being in the conversation and actually just asking some questions. I'm liking what I'm seeing right there.
Thank you very much for all of that. But that basically wraps it up. Any final thoughts from you, Rhoda, before Stefan has final thoughts?
Stefan, we've got you. We got your back, my friend. You go for it. I'm very proud of you, especially for the generation, basically, that I feel you inspiration for our youth out there to tell them at the end of the day, you don't have to sit back. If life knocks you like COVID hit you with your soccer, you know what? There is basically at the end of the rainbow, not necessarily a goal, but an idea, an achievement, and you've done that. You've proven that. So you know what? You can make a difference. Thank you for that.
Thank you
Nah,
so much.
absolutely awesome. It's echoing Rhoda's sentiments. I mean, I'm gonna do something. I don't know what it is.
Why in the
We
interest?
don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. But yeah, that is coming as well. So, but absolutely well done, and keep inspiring people as you have been, man. Extraordinary.
No,
really, it is.
thank you so much, and also thank you for having me today.
Pleasure.
Our pleasure. That is the easy part. All right, so you gotta check out what Stefan is doing, because the next thing he's planning is gonna be big. Maybe he rows in a canoe made out of tea bags, who knows? But it's gonna be something interesting. But the big thing is you gotta get behind him. But more importantly, it is the conversation. Regardless of your circumstances, it is what you do to everybody around you, and effectively. And use Stefan as an example. Yeah, he did something he absolutely enjoys. Of course, he got a very large body of people behind him, of course, to enjoy that with him. And in doing that, really made a difference to an amazing organization. So whatever it is you choose to do, and especially over the festive season, there's a way for you to do it. And that is what the essence of this show is all about. So, Stefan, once again, thank you very much for joining us here on Mahala Monday. Thank you very much for watching as well, for your comments and questions that came through. And we hope to see you very soon. So that wraps it up from us.
That's right. And don't forget, guys, share this video. Get the word out there. Share.
And until next time then, from all of us, cheers everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.